What if your phone could do way more than just take pretty pictures of your food? What if it could actually look at a complex, traditional dish and instantly tell you exactly what it is? Well, today we're going to dive into an AI that does just that.
Come on, we've all been there, right? You're at a new restaurant, maybe you're traveling somewhere incredible, you look at the menu, or maybe a buffet, and you just think, what in the world is that?
And this is especially true when you're exploring a cuisine as rich and diverse as the food in Bangladesh. I mean, just look at these dishes. From sorshe ilish to kalavuna to tehari, it's a total culinary adventure. But for an outsider, or hey, even a local checking out different regional foods, it can be a little intimidating if you don't know what you're looking at.
And that brings us to what you might call a delicious dilemma. How can technology actually help us understand and explore a culture through its food?
So the challenge here is kind of layered. First, you've got travelers and even locals who are unfamiliar with certain dishes. But on a deeper level, there's the huge importance of cultural preservation, of sharing this incredible food heritage. So the real question became, how can we use technology to close that gap, like instantly?
Well, the answer might just be an AI for your appetite. Let me introduce you to a project called FoNet. It was developed by a team of computer science researchers in Bangladesh who decided to tackle this problem head-on. So, what is FoNet exactly? Put simply, it's a specialized artificial intelligence. Now, for the tech-savvy, it was built using something called a deep residual neural network, which is just a fancy way of saying it's an AI that's really good at noticing tiny details in complex images. And it has one very specific job, to recognize 6 traditional Bangladeshi dishes just by looking at a photo.
Wow, okay. And here's a look under the hood. This diagram, this is basically the AI's brain, a super complex 47-layer network. You can think of each layer as a different specialist. Maybe one layer looks for colors, another for textures, and another for shapes. All of them working together to spot those subtle patterns that tell you if you're looking at one delicious curry or another.
So how on earth do you teach a computer to become a food critic? Let's break down the recipe for building an AI like this. It's actually pretty fascinating.
The whole process really boils down to 4 main steps. First, you start with a simple ingredient, a bunch of photos. Then comes the really clever part. They found a way to create more data from what they had. After that, it's training time. You feed the model all those images. And finally, the moment of truth. You give the AI a final exam to see what it actually learned.
The whole project kicked off with a surprisingly small number of pictures. The team gathered just 600 total images, covering the 6 different dishes they wanted the AI to learn. That's only 100 pictures for each type of food, which they sourced from local restaurants and just by searching the internet.
And that raises a huge question, right? Is 600 images really enough to make an AI an expert? I mean, think about it. You or I would probably need to see a dish way more than 100 times to be a true expert. And for an AI, yeah, no, that's almost never enough.
So the team used this brilliant trick called data augmentation. Instead of just showing the AI the original photo once, they created all these new versions of it. The AI would see the same dish, but flipped or rotated, zoomed in, maybe with slightly different colors. It's kind of like showing a student the same flashcard, but from all different angles, just to make sure they really get it.
And just by using this technique, they cleverly turned their small collection of 600 images into a much stronger training set of 3,600 images. This is how they made their AI an expert without having to go out and photograph thousands and thousands of plates of food. Pretty smart.
All right, so the AI has studied its 3,600 digital flashcards. Now it is time for the final exam. After all of that training, how smart did this thing actually get? The result? A testing accuracy of 98.16%. I mean, that is just incredibly impressive. It means that when the AI was shown a brand new photo it had never seen before, it got the answer right more than 98 times out of 100.
Okay, so 98% sounds amazing, but how good is it really? Well, to find out, the researchers put their model head-to-head against some heavy hitters, well-known AIs like Google's Inception V3. And look at this. FoNet outperformed them all on this specific job. It wasn't just good, it was the best in its class.
And this graph right here gives us a cool little window into the AI's brain while it was learning. That blue line shows how well it was doing on the training data. Basically, its grade on the study material. And you can see it just steadily climbs higher. And the green line? That's its performance on new stuff it's never seen before. Seeing both climb together like that is a fantastic sign. It means the AI wasn't just memorizing, it was actually learning.
So, a computer can name 6 different dishes with incredible accuracy. That's a neat trick for sure. But why does this really matter? Well, because this is about so much more than just a cool tech demo. It's actually a taste of the future.
When you look at the bigger picture, it gets really fascinating. Think about cultural preservation. Tech like this can help document and share unique food traditions that might otherwise get lost. For tourism, just imagine pointing your phone at a dish and instantly learning its name, its ingredients, maybe even its history. And down the road, this could be tied into health apps to estimate nutrition. But really, it's all about accessibility, helping everyone explore new foods with confidence.
And, this whole vision is just perfectly captured by the researchers themselves. They wrote, "Our work will be helpful not for Bangladeshi people, but also the foreigner." This was never just some academic exercise for them. It was built to share their culture with the entire world.
And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. This project focused on 6 dishes from one country. But what happens when this kind of technology expands? What if your phone didn't just take pictures of your food, but actually understood it? The possibilities are, well, they're delicious.